Today, we're shedding light on a complex and sensitive topic. Why some men have multiple children with many women. But before we delve deeper into this discussion, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This ensures that you are always updated with our insightful and thought-provoking discussions. Join us as we seek to understand the motivations and psychological factors behind why some men will engage in this behavior and its consequences, as well as the profound implications this behavior has on the children and women involved in these relationships. Let's begin with exploring the motivations. Social norms. In today's society, this conduct is deemed permissible, no longer subject to societal disapproval. There is a notable absence of shame or embarrassment associated with this behavior, as peer and elder judgment doesn't matter. Lack of maturity. These men lack the intellectual and emotional maturity that's needed to maintain a stable relationship. This involves being able to effectively communicate, having self-awareness, showing empathy and respect, and navigating challenges together. Lack of commitment. Some men find it difficult to form a bond with one woman and will seek multiple partners instead. On the contrary, how can he form a bond with one woman if he isn't spending quality time with her or trying to get to know her because he's spending time with many other women? Some men mistakenly associate the number of children they have with their level of masculinity. They equate their manhood with the number of children they have. Lack of accountability. They are too careless and inconsiderate to think about anyone else other than themselves and their sexual gratification. They won't consider protection methods, the consequences of an unwanted pregnancy, or the possibility of contracting a sexually transmitted disease beforehand. Psychological factors. It's likely their fathers had multiple children with multiple women, and unfortunately, these men turned out to be like their fathers and had the same issues passed on to them. He may unconsciously have a hatred for women due to an event that happened earlier in his life by a female he trusted. Also, societal norms has accepted this behavior as normal and nothing to be frowned upon or ashamed of. They may have deep-seated insecurities and lack self-esteem, which leads them to seek validation and a sense of power by having multiple sexual partners. Their behaviors ultimately reveal their weakness instead. Their insecurity is often related to their self-identity, communication, intimacy, sexual performance, and stamina issues. Although these men voluntarily made their decisions due to societal acceptance, they still find themselves trapped in a cycle of irresponsibility and turmoil that does not align with traditional notions of masculinity. Let's consider the impact on the children that are born as a consequence of these situations. Growing up in a single-parent household can have lasting effects on the children's well-being. Growing up in a family with the absence of emotional or financial support from the father can have significant emotional and psychological consequences for children. Non-paternal involvement deprives children of support and guidance and hinders their emotional development and future prospects. These children often grow up experiencing feelings of abandonment, confusion about their identity, and struggle with forming healthy relationships in the future. Now, let's discuss how this behavior impacts the mothers of these children. The behaviors from these men have an impact on these women. Often, lots of lies, manipulation, and deception is involved from these men. These single mothers find themselves juggling the responsibilities of parenting, alone without adequate support. Handling financial hardships, emotional stress, and societal stigma can take a toll on their well-being, which in turn affects the lives and upbringing of their children. Finally, let's discuss women's awareness and empowerment. How can women protect themselves from getting involved with these types of men? Women should be cautious and aware of red flags such as a man not sustaining long-term relationships, having multiple children with different women, having a history of being irresponsible, and inconsistent behaviors. Women should set boundaries and stick to them to ensure they are in healthy and fulfilling relationships. In conclusion, the phenomenon of men having multiple children with many women is a complex issue with damaging consequences. It underscores the importance of promoting healthy relationships, responsible parenthood, and gender equality. By addressing the individual psychological factors at play and the underlying societal norms, we can work towards creating a more supportive environment for families and fostering positive outcomes for all involved. If you found this content thought-provoking and engaging, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends.